Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all for the English main course session. We are doing Unit 2 Wonderful Nature, and in this unit today, the topic is a poem, The Little Plant by Kate L.Brown. So the theme of the poem is the process of germination. And as we all know, germination is a process of growth in which seeds turn into young plants with the help of sunlight, rainwater, air, soil, etc. And this poem, The Little Plant by Kate L.Brown, is a beautiful poem showing the wonderful relationship of sunshine and raindrop with a lovely plant sleeping in the heart of the seed. Now let us look at the lines of the poem and try to understand what the poet wants to tell us. Let us begin the poem, The Little Plant. In the heart of a seed, buried deep, so deep, a dear little plant lay fast asleep. By these lines, the poet means to say that a dear little plant or a lovely plant or a darling little plant is sleeping deeply inside the heart of a seed, which is buried deep, so deep in the soil. Right, we all know that when we need to grow a seed into a plant, into a young plant, we bury that little seed into the soil, and when it comes into the contact of water, sunshine, oxygen, then the little plant out of that seed grows and makes its way out of the soil, and then it grows. Right. So in the beginning line of the poem, the poet means to say that the dear little plant which is sleeping deeply inside the heart of a seed, and where is the seed? The seed is buried deep, so deep in the soil. And now what happens? Wake, said the sunshine, and creep to the light. Now the little plant, dear little plant, is sleeping deeply in the heart of a seed. And then the sunshine comes into play. The sunshine calls out to the sleeping dear little plant and says, wake and creep to the light. That means the sunshine is asking the dear little plant to wake up and creep to the light. Creep means to move very quietly and carefully so that nobody will notice. Right? So the sunshine calls out to the dear little plant that is sleeping in the heart of a seed. The sunshine calls out to that dear little plant and asks that dear little plant to wake up and move towards the light. Now moving towards the light means coming out of the soil, making its way out of the soil, because you can easily understand when something is buried deep inside the soil, it is dark there because inside the soil there is no sunlight. Right? Sunlight cannot reach inside the soil. Right, so the sunshine is asking the dear little plant which is sleeping inside the heart of a seed to wake up and to make its way out of the soil towards the light, and the sunshine is asking the dear little plant to make its way out of the soil very quietly and carefully without disturbing or attracting anybody's or anything's attention. Right, so this is the scene for now. Now suddenly what happens? Off the wake, said the voice of the raindrop bright. Now raindrop also comes into the action, and it also calls out to the dear little plant, sleeping dear little plant. It also calls out and it also asks the dear little plant to wake up. Right? The little plant heard and it rose to see. Now the little plant heard the calls of the sunshine and the raindrop bright. The dear little plant hears the calls, hears the voice of the sunshine and the raindrop bright, and it tries to get up and it rose to see. Rose means to rise up. And the dear little plant that was sleeping, when it hears the calls of the voice of the sunshine and the raindrop, right? Rose up means stood up to see what the wonderful outside world might be. Now, the dear little plant that was sleeping till now, when it hears the cries of, when it hears the calls or the voice of the sunshine and the raindrop bright, rose up to see what the wonderful outside world might be. Outside world means the world which is outside the soil. So now the little plant is slowly making its way out of the soil and creeping towards the light, moving out of that dark soil, and is moving towards the light to see the beautiful outside world. The beautiful world which is present out of the soil. So this was the beautiful poem depicting the beautiful relationship of sunshine and raindrop with a lovely little plant sleeping inside the heart of the seed. Now, the entire poem is based on the theme of germination. As I've already told you, germination is the process of growth in which seeds turn into young plants with the help of sunlight, rainwater, air, soil, etc. So this was the poem. I hope you have understood the poem. I hope you have enjoyed the poem. Do go through the video again. Do read the poem again to acquire a better understanding of the poem.